Today, we are focusing on feeling better by managing your media consumption. If you're new to my videos, welcome. I'm Chelsea Castro, lawyer turned psychotherapist on a mission to help you work, live, and feel better. Let's dive right in. What we read, watch, and listen to has a significant impact on how we feel. Let's quickly talk about 1, why you might feel like consuming more information would make you feel better, but it doesn't. And 2, tips for how to get the information you need, but in a way that is less harmful to you. Okay, so what's going on in that brain of yours? When we feel stressed, we feel discomfort, and we want relief. Our brains are wired to seek relief as a survival mechanism. And side note, to check out my other videos if you want to learn more about that amazing brain of yours. Moving on. Sometimes information consumption is a coping mechanism for discomfort, especially in times of crisis and or uncertainty. We try to make ourselves feel more in control by knowing all the things. But this is often more harmful than it is productive because we do not have boundaries set up to filter the helpful from the harmful. You may be thinking, oh, but I need to know all this stuff in order to plan and problem solve and prepare, etc. And yes, you do. But do you really need to know all of the information that you're consuming in order to really do so? How much of the information is actually applicable and useful for you right now, and how much is either serving as a distraction from something else you don't want to do or maybe feel, or is just you wanting to know more because it seems to give you some sense of control? Does it actually give you more control? How much of what you're reading, listening to, and watching is speculative versus actionable? It's likely that a lot of what you're consuming is not actionable. And by actionable, I mean information that you need in order to make helpful decisions, like what's your state's or your city's new safety recommendations, or what is the safest way to run errands that you need to run. So really ask yourself, what am I trying to get out of this information I'm consuming? And is it actually helping me make good decisions? How do you feel after you listen, read, or watch? Better or worse? The impact of the media we consume extends long past the actual act of consumption of it. Have you noticed an increase in worry or distraction or even irritability on the day or the days after you find yourself reading, listening, or watching a lot of news? Maybe it's become a default for you and you don't even remember what it was like not to be consuming so much information. If so, then I'm challenging you to consider an alternative. Tip number 1, only listen to, watch, or read the news 2 times per day. Yes, only 2 times. If there is a dire emergency between these 2 times, you will undoubtedly find out. Many people find that they feel the best consuming only in the morning or at lunch and in the afternoon, but not right before bed. Tip number 2. Set a time limit. Only you know what works best for you. But if you have to, set a timer so you don't go down a rabbit hole and lose 45 minutes or an hour of productivity or time with your loved ones because you kept being taken in by the headlines. Tip number 3. Limit your consumption to information that will equip you to make helpful decisions and avoid speculative information. This is most easily done by reading headlines and is tougher to do when watching the news on TV, but it is still possible. Make this your filter. News headlines and commercials are designed to heighten your anxiety about a subject so that you will want to learn more and feel better. But the irony is that news these days is often more speculative than it is practical, and it just ends up feeding your anxiety even more. You get to decide what information is helpful to you and how you let it impact you, not the headlines, not the commercials. Take the steps to protect your brain and protect your time so that you can focus on the helpful and meaningful. And be honest with yourself about what you are trying to achieve with your media consumption. It's another way to make more mindful and purposeful choices to invest in taking care of yourself. There you have it. Until next time, take care.